Well, you know how like Colombia and stuff, they after a while everybody said, "Oh, you know what? They're going to elect a cocaine. What do they call those people? Head of like the cartel. I don't think they're godfathers. I think that's only Italian. Anyway, whatever they call them down there. And you know, I guarantee you, since Hollywood's trying to bring in tough people to make it so that they're not so gay. I think they probably got two gays said we need some tough people, so they start bringing in. Anyway, that's what I think is going to happen to government. I mean, they're already criminal, and they don't care. I'll guarantee you, they're going to start bringing in criminal somewhere along the line. These Democrats, they're going to bring them in somewhere. Somehow, they're going to start putting them in positions, and that way they can intimidate the public. You know, they're already intimidating us with the lie. I mean, they're just straightforward on the screen telling us they want to be socialists, telling us they want to take our Second Amendment rights. And they've been doing it for like 70, 80 years. Telling us, you know, all these, or 100 years. No, this is 20s. They started doing that for the IRS via the FBI in the 20s, taking machine guns and stuff because people were complaining, well, they got better guns than us. Instead of going out and just grabbing, you know, they could have armed themselves better. But anyway, it's not my problem because right now, I mean, they're already arming themselves. But anyway, what I'm saying is I think that's where these femocrats are headed. Is they're going to start. I think they're tired of maybe all the gays they got, because the gays can only push so far until they get something stuck in their mouth, and that shuts them up. And but I think their next move is like I don't know if it'd be gangsters or like maybe something they affiliated with some sort of a, because the military is, you know, they're trying to be straight laced. They're trying to go by the rules, except I don't know, and it's sad to see some of them get pulled into the sucker job that's politics. I mean, they thought they had politics, you know, in the military, and then they get into real politics and they realize, man, these people are just backstabbing murderers. Anyway, but I think that's where they're headed. I think the femocrats are headed toward trying to pull in criminals to put them in positions so that they can manipulate. I mean, they're easier to manipulate, and it's got to be where they're going, because they don't have anything. They don't have anybody that's popular, and they know that criminals have always been popular because they've been, you know, Hollywood's blown them up as being popular. You know, nobody wants their house ripped off. Nobody wants their car ripped off. Nobody wants mugged. But watching them on the tube, because basically what you're seeing is somebody rebelling against the government. And that's what they're cheering on. They don't realize it. They think, oh, you're cheering on crime. No, what people are cheering on is rebellion against this stupid way government tries to hassle everybody. And criminals thinking, oh, you're cheering up crime. No, we're cheering up rebellion against government. And that's basically, you know, until it happens to you don't really cheer it on. You just cheer on, you know, when they're maybe when they tell a judge or somebody to go to hell, or they tell they got a way out that makes the papers out of a charge, that makes the papers, that leaves them all aghast. You know, all the politicians aghast that, oh, I thought we had this wrapped up, and they come by with some, you know, some new what do they call it, woke stuff, which all the woke people, they're starting to look pretty asleep. I mean, they're just repeating the same stuff. I think all they did is got woke up to repeat these lines, and we'll all call you this, and I don't think any of them have anything to do with conscious thought. I think they're just subliminally whatever into the words that they're talking, because none of them know what they're saying. But I think that's where they're headed. I think they're headed for the femocrats are headed for trying to place criminals. You watch. I'll bet 10 years down the road, just like you know how they put all these socialists in place, all these socialists that they were running. Everybody thought, why, if I heard that there was a socialist, I wouldn't vote for a socialist. This is a free country, you know. And why would anybody vote for a socialist? Who would do that? Because Trump said this will never be a socialist country, that they start voting in socialists. What a stupid concept. You know, that all they got to do, all these femocrats and these communists have to do is twist a story around and get you to, what do they call that? Reverse psychology or child psychology is the same thing, where they say one thing and it's like, I don't know if it's like Brer Rabbit, where they run, or they don't take off real quick, or they take off quick and then they stop and they start bragging how they're going to win, and they don't stop. I mean, their hairs are still around. He didn't die after the race. He just lost that race. Not saying there wasn't another one where he learned from that one. You know, everybody thinks, well, the hair, stupid hair, he lost that one race. Yeah, one race. A lot of people have lost one race. Didn't mean he didn't, Turtle probably said, I don't want to challenge you again. I had my time. I did it. You know, that's how most things are. Most people get there. That's like what one song bands are like that. They might not have been able to. Anyway, I'm not. One song bands. They're usually good songs anyway. So whatever. And that's how it should be. One song. You make it high on that one song. You make a bunch of money, enough to retire on. Why force yourself? Why force people into listening? Why am I talking about bands? I was talking about criminals into government. I think that's where the femocrats are headed.